Alright guys, it is Saturday night again, and tonight we are doing one of my all-time favorite movies, as if all of these are not one of my all-time favorite movies. Tonight we are going for this one right here, SHREK. I actually have all four of the SHREK movies. I'm not even sure if I've seen all four of them. I know I've seen number 1, 2, and 3. I believe SHREK 3 is the one where the kid says, "Do the roar." And number 4 is SHREK Forever After. I probably have seen them all, but tonight I'm just going to watch this one right here because it's absolutely hilarious. And with all the yard work I've been doing, I am so ready to watch Shrek and Donkey go on a whirlwind adventure. Now for tonight's snack, it would be so easy to make something like a parfait, which actually I really wanted to make. But I decided to go with something else that might be a little bit more fun, and it's a little different than just a regular sweet snack. Tonight, we are going to be making swamp slugs. Join me on this whirlwind adventure. We'll be right back and I'll show you exactly what that is. Alright guys, so tonight for our SHREK movie night, we are going to make swamp slugs. Or what's better known as stuffed shells. Now let me tell you, these are delicious, guys. The things you're going to need to make these is a box of stuffed shells pasta, and these are the big shells, not the little ones that you find in Shells and Cheese. You need hamburger. I have about 2 pounds here. We're going to need Philadelphia cream cheese. We're going to need ricotta cheese and Prego meat sauce. Now, you don't actually have to use Prego. I just happen to like Prego. Now, you also need some kind of a casserole dish. This one is 9 by 13 because I'm going to be making a big slew of these things. 1 box of the stuffed shell should be enough, but if you're making a lot, you might want to get 2 because a lot of times these tear while they're boiling. Now, the amount of hamburger you're going to use is also going to come down to how much you're making. I'm going to use 2 pounds. Actually, I might only use 1.5. We'll have to see. Same thing with the Philadelphia cream cheese. If you're using 1 pound of ground beef, use 1 block of the cream cheese. But even if I happen to use both of these, I think I'm still only going to use 1 block because it is pretty rich. So the first thing we're going to do is grind up and brown our ground beef. Now it's already ground, but we're going to throw it in a pan, we're going to brown it up, we're going to grind it up some more. So even though I said that this is the first thing you need to do, really the first thing you need to do is get your shells going in some boiling water. Get the water boiling, pour your shells in, and gently stir them around. And I say gently because just like I said a minute ago, these shells will tear as they get soft, so be very careful with them. And then we're going to go ahead and mix in a block of the Philadelphia cream cheese. Make sure you get it folded in there good. The cream cheese is going to melt as you mix it in. Mix it in really, really good because this is going to be your filling. Now, as you know, ogres are like onions, so at this point you can add onions if you want to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep it simple. Our filling is going to be the ground beef and the Philadelphia cream cheese. Now, once your filling is done and your shells are done cooking, you're going to rinse your shells under some cold water. That will kind of toughen them up a little bit better and make them easier to fill with your filling. Plus, they are pretty hot coming off the stove, so if you're handling them while they're hot, you're going to get burned. Okay, maybe not burned, but they are hot. So anyways, now before those are ready, you're going to take a little bit of Prego and pour it in the bottom and spread it around. That'll just prevent them from sticking to your pan. That'll just prevent them from sticking to your dish. You're going to take your shells one at a time and fill them with the filling one at a time and line them in your casserole dish. Once your casserole dish is filled with your stuffed shells, you're going to take the ricotta cheese and just spoon it in around them. And once again, this is kind of one of those things that it depends on how many you're making and how much you like ricotta cheese for how much you use when you're putting them in there. You can never have too much. And once you are done with the ricotta cheese, you're going to take your Prego sauce and pour it over top and completely cover it. These are going to be going in the oven, so if you don't have the shells completely covered with the Prego, they can get dry and hard. Now everything is pretty much hot already except the ricotta cheese, so we are going to stick these in the oven at about 425 for 10 to 15 minutes. But before you put them in the oven, if you do so wish, now is the time when you can sprinkle on some shredded mozzarella cheese. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that smells so good right now, guys. Look at that. That looks so delicious. Now, usually I don't put the ricotta and the mozzarella on, but Marion likes it that way, so that's how I did it tonight. Any way that you decide to do it, believe me, it is absolutely delicious. We're going to give a taste test in just a second here. Look at that, guys. How delicious does that look? Look at this. If we turn it around, you can see the shells there and the meat just oozing out. Oh, so good. Look at that cheese. These, oh, they smell so good. They smell like lasagna. All right, let's give it a little taste test here. Oh, you guys got to go make some of these right now. Absolutely delicious and perfect for a SHREK movie night. Alright guys, I'm going to watch SHREK, and I got to get some of these swamp slugs on my wife's plate before she turns into an ogre.